Alright, let's talk about auxins, the little chemical masterminds behind how plants grow. You might not see them, but these plant hormones are like secret agents, directing everything from which way a shoot bends to how roots form. Auxins got their name from the Greek word auxin, which just means to grow. They're made mostly at the very tips of shoots, in young leaves, in developing seeds. Basically, wherever there's action, you'll find auxins doing their thing. Now, the story of how we discovered auxins is pretty wild. Back in the 1880s, Charles Darwin and his son Francis started wondering why grass shoots bend toward the light. They figured out it's the tip of the shoot that senses the light and sends some kind of signal down the plant. Fast forward to 1913. Peter Boysen Jensen discovered that the signal was actually a chemical, because it could pass through things like gelatin but not through solid objects. And in 1926, Fritz Wendt finally isolated this growth substance, tested it with oat seedlings, and coined the name auxin. So thanks to these science detectives, we now know how plants talk to themselves. There are different types of auxins. The main natural one is called IA, indole 3-acetic acid. It's like the MVP auxin. There are others too, like IBA and PAA, but IAA is the superstar. Then there are synthetic auxins like NAA and 2,4-D. These are actually made in labs and are super useful in agriculture, like for killing weeds or helping plant cuttings grow roots. But how do auxins actually work? First, they help cells stretch and grow by loosening up the cell walls. They keep the main shoot growing strong by suppressing side shoots, a trick called apical dominance. They're also behind those cool things plants do, like bending toward sunlight, phototropism, or growing roots down into the soil, gravitropism. And beyond growth, auxins help fruit develop. They can induce parthenocarpy, making seedless fruit, and delay abscission so leaves or fruit stay on longer. In agriculture, synthetic auxins like 2,4-D are used for selective weed control. They're also used as rooting agents to help cuttings form new roots. And in tissue culture, auxins plus cytokinins control callus formation and organogenesis. So next time you see a plant reaching for the sun or sprouting roots, just remember, auxins are running the show behind the scenes. Science is awesome.